has their own idea about what love is. In this section, we're going to ask the question, what is love?
That's a tough one, isn't it?
Love, I'd say that it's definitely not an emotion.
Love is basically the appreciation of a person for all their traits and their faults, everything good about them and everything bad.
Love is unconditional.
Where something is felt between two people and it's not something that's one-sided.
It's a mutual respect that they have.
Love endures. I like agape love, which is described in the Bible, and that love is unconditional love. That means in spite of what the person does, you still love them.
Love is self-sacrifice.
Wanting to do anything you can for that person.
In the beginning of a relationship, it does feel effortless. And here's why. When you meet a DNA match, you begin to release these wonderful neurohormones that change you. You are physically different when you're under the influence of love.
When I met her, it was like for me, it was love at first sight. I knew I had to have this woman, and I told her, I'm going to marry you one day.
It's a wonderful thing. There's chemicals that are released in the brain that give you a sense of well-being. So, of course, everybody wants to be in love. Romance novels are soaring. Romance movies, teen movies are all about romance. Even if the cyberspace hero, finds the bad guy, he's still got to get his girlfriend.
When you are infatuated, if we took a blood sample before you were infatuated and then while you're infatuated, your blood sample would look very different. And here's what would be different about it. When you meet a DNA match, nature says, here's a live one, moving closer. In fact, one of the first signs of infatuation is interest, curiosity. This person may annoy you, but you're still thinking about her. Or you might think about what he said. Or you might, protest about this person because you're curious and you're interested.
I saw this very shapely, very eloquent lady walking towards the car. When she got into the car, we began to talk, and the interest really started to grow. And we drove down to the lake, which was in Cleveland, Ohio, Lake Erie. And we just walked along. That was our date. We just walked along the lake, and we talked.
And when you start to move toward this person and spend more time, then you start to get this warm, euphoric, pleasurable feeling. This is due to 3 neurohormones. One is phenylethylamine, PEA for short, dopamine, which gives us pleasure and makes us receptive to pleasure and makes us pleasure-seeking, and norepinephrine, which gives us energy. So that's why when you're around people that you love or are attracted to, you feel happier, you feel giddier, you actually feel euphoric, you have lots of energy, and what happens with this love cocktail, so to speak, it raises libido. And this is, again, nature wants us to meet, mate, procreate, raise healthy offspring.
I looked and I saw this tall, dark, handsome man, and I said, wow, And so we got to the beach, we got down to the lake, and we talked about so many different things. We had good conversation.
Being in love, I think, is, the butterflies and the, all the feelings that you have associated with a relationship. I think love is actually the work that it takes to put into a relationship.
People fall in and out of love all the time. Sometimes they really just like him.
No matter what happens, you're always going to care for that person.
Something that you feel for somebody, either romantically, passionately, whatever, that you don't feel for anybody else.